Hello and welcome to part 2 of today's triple header episode. So far we have drawn 0-0 with Notts County, who are now back in second place in the league. We then drew 0-0 away at Fleetwood in the FA Cup and lost on penalties. Since you've been away, we have played just one game. We took on Crawley Town at home. And as you can probably guess from looking at the league table, we lost our first home defeat of the season. It was really down to a really disappointing Hodging red card in the 36th minute. Prior to that red card, it was 0-0. It wasn't a particularly exciting game. They were on top a little bit in terms of chances, but it was Hodgins' red card that really changed everything. We were 2-0 down at half-time. They then got a red card right at the start of the second half. And 10 against 10, well, it ended 1-1 in those terms. We lost 3-1. But when there was an equal number of players on the field, we were tying the game. So it was really, really disappointing to have that red card. You can see we got a whole bunch of yellow cards again. Again, I've got to consider taking the getting stuck in instruction off because we get so many cards. But when I don't play to get stuck in, it really seems to affect our competitiveness. So that was disappointing. But the thing was here, I mean, I made 9 changes. Did I make 9 or 8? I made 8 changes to the team that played in the FA Cup. Obviously, we had all that extra time to play. The team was absolutely shattered. So Ngoma, Gabadebo, Sparks, Cornish, Sharif, Hughes, Lloyd and Mikhail all came into the side. Unfortunately, the red card really kind of skewed things. I don't think we can read too much into it. It's just disappointing to have lost that game. George Lloyd got a goal as a little bit of a consolation at the end. You can see from the stats that really in terms of when we played 11 against 11 and then 10 against 10, it was a fairly even game. We could have certainly got something out of it, but yeah, the red card really had a huge impact here. Very disappointing. But yeah, we go on. We are taking on Grimsby, who have come down from League 2. You can see they've got a game in hand over those above them. If they beat us, they go second. Actually, they'll go top, but we will have a game in hand on them. We've got 2 games in hand on Notts County. If we win both our games, we're 6 clear again. Yeah, our early season momentum has kind of been pegged back. There are some really good teams in this league, so we've got to see what happens. This is just a huge, huge game. A win would be massive for us. We now are winless in 3 games, only 1 goal scored in those 3 games. And this is the team that's going to start off. You can see from kind of the light green hearts that even though we rested everybody after the FA Cup, they're still not kind of 100%. We've got a long rest after this game, which is good. Sparks and Sharif on the bench are pretty tired. We've still got players that are on the verge of a suspension because we're getting so many yellow cards. I'm going to keep getting stuck in on for this game, but I'm going to have to think about taking it off because it really is costing us. Hodgin is now obviously suspended, so Thomas Hughes comes in on the left wing. Apart from that, it's the regular first team. Stawn at right back, to Tonda at left back, Wilson and Martinez in front of Reed the goalie. Sheringham and Agyapong come back into the midfield. Gibbs and Hughes, Gibbs the number 10, Hughes on the left, Price and Duffus up front. Let's submit that team. Now Grimsby are playing a very interesting 2 number 10s behind a striker, kind of a Chelsea formation, a 5-2-2-1. We are going to have to adapt tactically for that. That's going to be interesting. But it also gives us some advantages, I feel, in how we can play this game, which we'll look at now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Duffus to mark the left wing back when we don't have the ball. So he's going to track back. And Hughes is going to mark the right wing back. And that means our fullbacks are completely free because they're playing without wingers. So I'm going to put overlapping on both wings. I won't start shooting on sight just yet. We'll see how things go before changing anything else. But what I am going to do is play out of defence, because our 4 defenders are against just 1 striker, and I'm also going to play into the fullbacks because they're completely unoccupied. So hopefully this is going to give us, actually I'm going to go very wide as well, because I'm sure they're going to play very narrow, so I'm going to defend narrow. I think that gives us some real advantages. I'm going to drop Sheringham back into the defensive midfield position because they've got those 2 number 10s, and I'm going to drop Gibbs back without the ball to mark Frankie Maguire in their midfield. So I'm going to start off with those changes. There you go. We've got nothing to lose here. We have got a lot to lose, but I'm going to go with my assistant. Let's get the players motivated. Let's see if we cannot get a really big win against one of our main rivals for promotion and put ourselves clear at the top again with a game in hand. Let's see how those changes work out. We get the first highlight of the game. Duffer's tackled there, but Agyapong picks it up. Gibbs and Agyapong combining with Price there. Can we get a player in? Hughes, no one can find that through ball as we get a sudden big pause. What happened there? No one can find that through ball against those 3 centre-backs they've got. But Price looking to get in. Agyapong and Samuel Agyapong, the ex-Manchester United Academy player, gets, I think that's his 3rd of the season. I wasn't looking. I believe that is his 3rd goal of the season. It's a perfect start for us in the 3rd minute. Agyapong playing as a box-to-box midfielder. I really love the way that role works in the game engine, getting those runs from deep through the middle of the defence. Let's praise the players for the start they've had, and let's see if we can take control of this game. I think tactically it is a system they're playing that you can set up to kind of benefit from their weaknesses where they're leaving themselves weak tactically. I see they're playing down the wings. Do I want to go a more balanced defensive setup, or do I carry on playing narrow on the defense? Obviously, us playing cleared off the line. Unbelievable opportunity, but we've now got a break here with Agyapong. He sets Price in, and I really wanted Price to go for goal there. Since he's lost that finishing point, he hasn't scored a goal, which is obviously disappointing. I'm going to praise the players again. They're doing well. Obviously, our narrow defensive setup forces them out to the wings, where in theory they're weaker. So the fact that they're playing to the wings, you can take as an indication that our tactic is working. Let's tell them not to get complacent. Let's have a look. Don't get complacent here, guys. And now we'll just give them an extra G up. For some reason, Tommy Reed is unmotivated by being told not to be complacent. But we've got to be pleased with that first half. This is one of the toughest away games that we're going to have all season. We've played Gloucester away, and now we play Grimsby away. We'll still have Notts County away to play, but they are now kind of taking a bit of control of this game, aren't they? But we are still ahead. Crawley beating Torquay as well. Crawley on a great run now. We need to get this win here today. We've created absolutely nothing in the second half. Headed away there, but they'll get it back in here. Can we just grab something here and get a breakaway? Staunton picks it up well, but again, it's not properly cleared. Boys down the wing. Duffus, great job defending, but we just can't get a hold of it here. Booty now. Maguire. I mean, we're defending well, but we just can't get hold of this ball. Booty will probably get a cross in now. Maguire certainly will, I think. He doesn't. And it's a great save from Reed. Wow. We are kind of living dangerously here with 15 minutes to play. I'm going to make some changes after this corner. We head it away nicely, and hopefully that's where the highlight ends. It doesn't. It's still going. It does end now. That's great. Right, let's make some changes here. It's not been the greatest day at the office for Liam Gibbs. Let's take him off. We'll get Sharif on, and we're going to play back there in the midfield. Sharif, I'm going to make, let's have a look. I'm going to make him a ball-winning midfielder. I'm going to play 2 ball-winning midfielders on defend, just trying to finish this game up now. Duffus is absolutely shattered. I'm going to bring, I think, Mikhail on and make him a right winger. Or I think I'm going to make him an advanced playmaker on support. And we're going to get him specifically marking the wing back. And what else might I want to change here? Thomas Hughes also absolutely shattered. I do have Sparky. Let's get Sparky on. And we're going to make Sparky a winger on support. And as he can play as a fullback as well, that hopefully just makes us a little bit more solid in defence as well. I'm going to keep the wing backs on, but I am going to shoot on sight and hit early crosses. I'm not going to run at the defence. Do I go a little bit more direct? I don't know, because we're playing out from the back. I'm going to leave it at that, but I'm going to hold our shape, slow the pace down, and I'm going to bring back the line of engagement. Let's keep getting stuck in. Did I put time wasting on? I didn't. We'll start time wasting a little bit there. So 3 changes, just getting those fresh legs on and trying to make a big impact to finish the game and see this out. Scunthorpe winning as well. Was that Notts County Scunthorpe were beating? That would be huge. A great save from Reed again. No, Notts County are hammering Aldershot. So again, a win here, even more important. Headed away. We've defended valiantly here, but you feel like they've still got the chance to get something out of this. We've not had a shot in the second half. Let's full out time waste. We've just got to get through it here. Let's encourage the players. They've responded well generally there, apart from Tatunda, and it might be a little bit of a smash and grab job, but we have got through it and got 3 points to end our winless run. I am absolutely delighted with that. Even if we weren't the better team, I am delighted to get 3 points there. That feels like a huge 3 points as we now hopefully go into a little bit of an easier run over the next few weeks. That is absolutely massive. I'm going to stop things there and we will come back when the media reaction loop decides to finish. And we'll just look at the table. Oh, there you go. It finishes. We'll look at the table. So we are level on points with Notts County with 2 games in hand. A point clear of Crawley with 1 game in hand. A point clear of Fylde with 2 games in hand. And we are now 5 points clear of Grimsby and Gloucester with 1 game in hand. This is a really competitive league, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. I think the top 6 can all still harbour thoughts of winning the league. So, yeah, not even halfway through the season. There is still a long way to go. And we really don't want any more runs of... we really don't want any more runs of going without goals and wins, because I think there are teams there that are going to take advantage of it if we do. Well done, Agyapong. Great goal. Well needed. And Notts County now 10 unbeaten. A big win for them. Who's Jimmy Knowles? A striker at Stevenage. He looks pretty good. I'm looking at strikers that we might be able to bring in January as a replacement for George Lloyd, and Jimmy Knowles looks a pretty good option. If we want to loan him, how much do they want? See, at the moment they want is £350 a week. I think that might change when the window opens. They might be prepared to not ask for a fee. Mark Stewart, how good is he at Derby? He needs more scouting. 18 years old. He's got no pace, but he can definitely well, I was going to say finish, but it's between 7 and 11, so maybe he can't. But he can play a good pass, and he's got a great first touch and great technique. So we'll have to find out a little bit more about him. Outside of that, Gary Roberts, I've been offering him out. He hasn't had any offers, but he is very unhappy. He's asked to be transfer listed. He's got 13, now 12 clubs interested in him. And you can see there, some of them are from League 2. He's got a lot of interest. So Barrow offered to loan him for the full value of his wages. I did turn it down because I just think with 12 clubs interested, there's got to be something that we can do there. I offered him out for nothing, but with 30% of any future fee. And a friendly. So hopefully we can get someone to take us up on that. That would get his £300 a week off the books, which would put us under the wage budget once George Brown leaves. And that would allow us to then maybe bring in 1 or 2 players in January to help strengthen us for the end of season run. So we'll have to see how that goes. What are the next games? So there you go. We've got to try and start another long run of wins now. We've managed to get back on the winning trail. FC United in the FA Trophy next, which is a nice one. They are Southern League, so hopefully we can win that game at home, give a few players a rest as well, before we then take on Newport County away in the league. I think this is a nice little run here. I think there's some winnable games. I think when we might come back could be Gloucester at home. Maybe Stockport and Gloucester, a double header. What's Stockport doing? Yeah, they're 11th, so they're kind of pushing for playoffs. I think we'll see how things go, but I think we'll at least come back for Gloucester at home, because that is a massive, massive game. Do you know what? I wasn't looking. We got Fylde straight after. So I think it's a double header. Gloucester and Fylde will be the next episode. So we've got lots of games to play before we see you again. We've got basically the whole of January. When we come back, we'll have news on how the FA Trophy's going and any new January signings to replace George Lloyd and possibly Gary Roberts. Thanks for being with us. Nice to finish the episode with a win there. If you've enjoyed it, as always, drop a like on it, please, and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you again for another episode of Dog Turds into Diamonds, when hopefully we are confirming our place at the top of the Vanarama National League. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.